Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jan Moses, bringing you a Sunday night edition of the Salary Cap Report. Now, I had recorded a Salary Cap Report episode this past Friday, March 6th, and had intended for it to be uploaded on Saturday, March 7th. It was scheduled in YouTube Studio, but when I opened up YouTube Studio this morning, looking for any comments, likes, any engagement on that video, I saw that the numbers across the board on it were 0 because YouTube just didn't upload it. I don't know why. It's still sitting in my unuploaded folder on YouTube Studio. So I figured, you know what? I have a couple more packs that I'm going to open up. And honestly, in that video, I was talking for way too long. Like, I was really tired after a long week of work, and it really showed. I was rambling. I was stuttering even more than I normally do, I feel like. And so I figured maybe this was a sign that I can hopefully make a slightly shorter version of Friday's upload in tonight's upload. So I apologize for the late upload. I just wanted to have something for you guys this weekend on this channel. And again, while I don't play a lot of Salary Cap really anymore, I still enjoy making these videos. Like, the team building for me is fun, even though it is a little different now than it has been in previous seasons. I mean, if you compare it to last year. And speaking of last year, I want to start today's video by talking about this new refresh set, because there are a couple of familiar names in this set of players who I really enjoyed running in Salary Cap last year in NBA 2K25. And those two players are Quinton Post and Oso Ighodaro. And maybe you're someone that played Salary Cap last year and you remembered running Amethyst Nikola Topic, or Topic, I forget how to pronounce his last name. But regardless, all three of the names that I mentioned had really elite Amethyst cards that came out almost a year ago to the day. I believe these cards came out, at least Quinton Post and Oso Ighodaro did, as a part of the Inevitable set that dropped, I think, on Friday, February 28th, 2025. 1 year later, we get these cards again, but they come out as pink diamonds. And I wanted to dedicate this early portion of the Salary Cap Report episode tonight to talking about how these Friday sets have changed to, in the last season, in season 4, we had sets that included Amethyst cards in them, right? If we go to the mixtape set, for example, you see here we have 6 Amethyst cards, 7 Amethyst cards. Although I guess if you subtract the WNBA player, we have 6 Amethyst NBA players in here. And I was excited to see what 2K was going to do with promos in season 5. And what they did, instead of, keeping, Amethyst cards or even Diamond cards, they removed both of those tiers. And the lowest tier of cards that we get now on Fridays as a part of the new promo are pink diamonds. And I don't love that for salary cap purposes at all, because, I've said it on this channel a million times, and I've said it in this series a million times dating back to last year. Amethyst and Diamond cards truly are the backbone of your salary cap teams, because when you bring in those top heavy, and I'm talking top heavy, I'm talking about salary related, those high salary top heavy cards, while it's you can go out there and you can isolate with those cards, you can dominate with those cards. If you have a couple of Amethyst players who you really like running, those are players that are going to come in at 1,200 to 2,000 salary and are going to provide you with a ton of value. And the reason why I had as much success in salary cap last year as I did wasn't because I ran, an insane starting 5 and just golds off the bench, or, a decently well-rounded team with a couple of players that were like very, very high in salary. The reason why I won as many salary cap games as I did was because I had a well-balanced attack. I had an even starting lineup and bench, taking advantage of dynamic duos and really taking advantage of Amethyst and Diamond cards that were minned out in salary, 1,200 for Amethyst cards, 2,000 for Diamond cards, and building a lineup with those cards that were so good, and because their salaries were so low, it freed up enough salary cap space for me to bring in players who were higher in salary, and then that's what raised the ceiling of my team. All of that I just mentioned is being limited by these Friday promos that we're getting in MyTeam now, because we don't have Amethyst and Diamond cards anymore. So I just wanted to start by talking about that for a little bit. These cards are still fun, right? Like, from that fabulous set, we have Jalen Suggs, who's a really fun card, and he had a really fun pink diamond card last year. But, like, I'm probably not going to run any of these cards as, pink diamond centers, for example. Quinton Post and Oso Ighodaro, I'm not gonna run them in salary cap if I were to be playing, in an online game. Just because they're gonna be high in salary, right? Like Quentin Post is 5,500 salary because he just came out, and I wouldn't be shocked if a week from now he's up to 8,000 salary because that's the max for what Pink Diamond cards can go for. It just doesn't make sense for me to do that when we have all these college players that we're getting every single day who will evo up to a Galaxy Opal and will stay at at most 5,000 salary. And we're actually going to talk a little bit about a couple of these evoed up Galaxy Opal college players who we've been getting every single day, who you may want to include in your salary cap lineup. And that's actually another thing that is different than when I recorded on Friday. There are a couple of, I think, really interesting Galaxy Opal Evo college players who are now at 2,000 salary, and they're not just undersized point guards and WNBA players, or sorry, women's college basketball players. I apologize. Soon to be WNBA players if the WNBA comes back. We'll have to see about that. But yeah, I wanted to start by talking about that. It is kind of a big deal for me because, again, not having amethyst and diamond cards come out every single Friday, it really does lead to us, needing to be a little more reliant on these festivals. And speaking of festivals, there is one card in this new festival, and I mean, I'm calling it new, but now it's a little old, right? It's like over a week old. The only card that's really worth it, in my opinion, for this festival is probably Danny Wolf, if I can even find him. Yeah, right here, Danny Wolf. I think he's a 6'11" small forward. The card looks really good. I played against a Danny Wolf and with a Danny Wolf in Co-op Park this past weekend, and he's really good. His jumper, I think, looked pretty smooth, and he looks like a pretty decently sized player model for a small forward. It kind of helps to be 6'11", I guess. So yeah. I mean, if you are a Brooklyn Nets fan, all three of you guys are probably celebrating having Rondae Hollis, Jefferson, and Danny Wolf. So yeah, I would go out there and I would add Danny Wolf if I were you guys, if you guys can. It really depends on how many assets you guys have to exchange. I know a lot of people are really frustrated at the fact that Rudy Gay is not a card that we can obtain as a no money spent or pro money spent player. You effectively have to open up, I think, at least a couple of Hall of Fame boxes. We ended up doing really well for ourselves. We could do the math actually in that regard really quickly. We ended up getting the 5-win streak both last Sunday and today, which I'm really happy about. You can see here we have our 100 overall Fresh Festival collectible, which is really nice. If we go to my collection right here, we go to the festival, we have the other one right here. We have a Dark Matter collectible right here. I have yet to complete the agenda set for the second Dark Matter collectible that we have. A number of Galaxy Opals from grinding out those agendas that we get where we have to use the college players. I also played in King of the Court. We went 3-0, which I'm really happy about. I can't believe that we're going 3-0 with a squad like this. And I guess now is actually a pretty decent time to talk about what I got out of one of my packs that I opened up in that salary cap report episode on well, it was going to be Saturday morning, but whatever. I botched that, I guess, somehow. We got Alex Caruso out of our level, I think it was level 28 Galaxy Opal pack, which I'm really happy about. I've seen so many bad pulls from that pack, including WNBA players. I think I got Becky Hammond out of my level 27 or 28 Pink Diamond pack last season. So to get Alex Caruso, really, really fun card. He was a lot of fun for me to run off the bench as my backup shooting guard. Also, Richard Hamilton's an absolute dog. He had a nasty buzzer-beating game winner for me in King of the Court against a dude who spent a ton of money. He had SGA, he had Rudy Gay, I forget who else he had. He had a bunch of other high-tier Dark Matter and other All-Star Galaxy Opal cards. All that money to lose to a guy who doesn't really play this game like that, or at least spend money on this game like that. I'm still sitting on a ton of VC and MT that I've not spent at all this year, which is a me issue. But anyways, yeah, I'm trying to use this as an opportunity to say, as I say every single weekend whenever we have a festival going on, just give King of the Court a chance. Stay in your game, even if you're losing. Like that game that I won on that buzzer beater, I was losing the whole game, and I didn't quit because at worst, I just wanted the 750 points. If you win, or if you play 3 games, in King of the Court and you lose all 3, you get 750 points in each game. You're guaranteed to get tier 4, and tier 4 will at least give you a pink diamond collectible. If you win 2 games, or I guess if you win one, but it's not like an early rage quit, and then you lose your next 3, they add up your top 4 scores, right? Yeah, they add up your top 4 scores. Excuse me. You can see like my first game that I played, my opponent rage quit very early. It was like 12-3. I only got 1,000 points for that one. But if you're able to get 1 win where the opponent stays in the game the whole time, like that game that I won at the buzzer, I got 1,900 points for. So if you get that game plus you lose 3 games in a row, but you stay in those games, I think your points will add up to get you into tier 3, which is what I've been aiming for each of the last 2 weekends. I'm going to be walking away with another 92 plus overall premium player and a Galaxy Opal collectible, which I'm really happy about because, you know, as of right now, I'm sort of in a waiting pattern, and I want to use this as an opportunity to ask you guys, what are you doing with your collectibles? What do you think I should do with my collectibles? Because as of right now, I'm in the mode where I kind of want to wait until maybe Wednesday just to see if 2K is going to drop any more agendas. You know, I've talked about it on the channel before, but my patience was rewarded last summer when during the NBA Draft Festival, whatever they called it, because the NBA 2K25, MyTeam didn't own the rights to the incoming college players that were being drafted. We didn't get any like next promo or anything like that, but what 2K ended up giving us was a set of agendas with a ton of high tier collectibles, including a GOAT collectible, I think, which gave me enough total collectibles to go and get Invincible Ralph Sampson. I don't think we're going to be getting enough collectibles to go out there and get Rudy Gay, because to get Rudy Gay, you effectively need, I think, like 10 100 overall collectibles. So right now, I'll tell you guys, what I'm leaning towards doing is using my Dark Matter collectible towards, my 100 overall collectibles, the 3 that I'm going to get, because I'm going to get 1 more from completing this Friday's agenda for a Dark Matter collectible. That'll give me enough to get 3 100 overall collectibles. I want to use it towards this Dark Matter pack. I've seen a lot of people get James Harden. My boy that I play Park with got Tyrese Maxey. I feel like I'm going to probably get Maxey. I haven't really opened up many packs or, you know, splurged on many RNG packs this year with my collectibles. So I feel like 2K is just waiting to give me an absolute garbage pull. So I will upload a video on that, so I would keep an eye out for that later on in the week. But as of right now, I'm leaning towards waiting. I'm not going to open up this pack now. So let me know in the comments down below if you made it to this point in the video. First of all, thank you. But second of all, let me know if you would recommend going for this pack, because that's what I think I'm going to do. I don't think, like, Boogie Cousins makes no sense for me, and I don't think I'm going to go for any of these Dark Matters, and I can't go for Rudy Gay, even if I wanted Rudy Gay, which is kind of frustrating, but, you know, it is what it is. I'll probably go for Rudy Gay, and then I'll probably, you know, I was debating trying to go for Quentin Grimes, just, you know, once a nick, always a nick, but 12 Galaxy Opal Festival cards for a 6'5" shooting guard is just not for me. I feel like Danny Wolf makes more sense. I mean, I could go for Danny Wolf, maybe Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, but those guys are a combined 20 pink diamond collectibles, I think, which is crazy. And then the other duos I don't really care about. So, yeah, let me know what you guys are doing with your collectibles down below. I'm curious, maybe Wendell Carter Jr. and Gary Trent Jr. For 1 Diamond Fresh, you know, I will do this one eventually. We still have 4 weeks left in the season, so I'm in no rush to do that. So yeah, that's where I'm leaning towards right now with my collectibles. Is there anything else that I want to do before packs? I guess my lineup real quick, right? Yeah. So salary cap lineup very, very quickly. The main thing I want to show you guys, this is where I left off. And I left off here because while I was prepping for this video, I went to sort by salary, max salary. I went to 2,500 to see if any of those college Evo Opal cards have made it down to 2,500 or less. And if you look here, I mentioned it, or I was talking about it at the top. There are a couple of players who I did not see on Friday's episode, who are now here on Sunday night's episode of the Salary Cap Report, who are under 5,000 salary. And in this case, I think they're at 2,000 salary. And that is Koa Pete and Yaxel Lendeborg. Now, Yaxel is at 2,500, but I still think he's worth it. He's a 6'9" small forward. Koa Pete, I didn't love his jumper. I think I like Lendeborg's jumper more. If I'm saying his name wrong, I'm really sorry. There's some really difficult to pronounce names here in this set. Also, by the way, I forgot about this completely. I got Willis Reed also. And in that pack opening animation when he was coming out of the diamond pack, I had no idea who he was because in that moment he looked nothing like Willis Reed, but right here he looks like his player model looks more like Willis Reed. When he was doing his pack animation walkout, looked nothing like him. Maybe I'll find a way to throw him in there because I really liked running with Willis Reed cards in previous years of my team. But I will almost certainly try to find a way to include both Koa Pete and Yaxel Lendeborg. What's tricky though is I really want to run Jan Hansen, but maybe for right now I'll do something like this. Let me put a center here for now, like Henry. Henry's at 5,000 salary, unfortunately. So I'd have to find a replacement for Henry Vassar. Maybe that would be Jan Hansen, I guess. But just for right now, for the sake of the video, let's put, we'll put Yaxel in there, and then who would I want at center here? I guess we'll put Jan Hansen. We'll do something like that. We'll do something like this, and then maybe off the bench here, we can put Koa Pete. How does that look? Okay, cool. 18,100. Let's leave our salary cap lineup like this. I could obviously tinker around with this a little bit more. I could probably free up even more salary cap space if I wanted. Like if I bench Alonzo Mourning, that'll give me 500 more salary. Then I could bump up if there's a card that I like more than Toumani Camara, or maybe I like more than Jan Hansen at center. We can take a look and see really quickly. Let me, just for like a couple of seconds here. Okay, let's just put Elizabeth Williams there. Sure, why not? Let's see. Is there a card that I like more than Toumani Camara or Jan Hansen, who's at 2,500 salary? That'll get us exactly at 18.5. I feel like the answer is going to probably be no. I mean, I could throw Solo Ball, but I don't think Solo Ball is going to do much. Willis Reed could be interesting. Potentially. I just feel like not at center. He'd kind of be undersized at center. Yeah, I don't really know if there are many options here that I like. But, you know, okay. Just for vibes, I can't even replace Young. Bruh. Oh, no, I can't. Okay, I'm being really stupid right now, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, just for vibes, just for right now, we're going to replace him with Willis Reed. That'll get us at 18,500 salary clean. Yeah, okay. Let's move on to the packs because we're already at 17 minutes and I've been yapping like crazy. Let's try to keep this at 20 minutes or less. A couple of packs to open up here really, really quickly. We have this 92 plus overall. Let's see if we can get one of the many players that we've been talking about for a while. Shooting guard, float game. No idea who this could be. Still have no idea who this could be. I feel like I should know who you are. You look very undersized though, buddy. Who are you? Oh, that's Troy Daniels. Okay. Usually has a really nice jumper. But yeah, probably not going to be running Troy Daniels in salary cap. But hey man, look. These 92 pluses are really the only ways to add diamond cards to your collection now because, again, we're not getting them on Fridays anymore. Okay, 4 more packs right here. We have 3 more 92 pluses. Then we have a 95 plus to end it. Let's just fly through these as quickly as we can without flipping them quickly. Power forward with slippery off ball. Can this be Jaren Jackson Jr.? It's a woman, I think. Yeah. Do I have you in my collection? I don't know. I don't know who you are. I'm really sorry. Shamik Holdsclaw. Who in the Harry Potter are you? All right, whatever. It's funny that she's on the Wizards. Also, no, not Wizards. The Wizards affiliate, the Washington affiliate. I don't know, man. Look, I was trying to make it funny. That wasn't really too funny, I guess. Drop a haha in the comments if you laughed, and I'll like it, okay? Okay, here we go. 92 plus Wild Gems card, right? From the Sonics. This isn't Sean Kemp, is it? No, it's Spencer Haywood, I think. Is Spencer Haywood a lock-in card for anybody? I don't think so, right? He is not. Do I have Spencer Haywood? I do? What? I did not think I did. Oof. Yeah, this is kind of rough. Well, I guess I'll count him towards the SGA diamond. I don't think we're going to get SGA, but why not? Alright, we spent way too much time doing that. Okay, final 2 packs. Excuse me, final 2 packs. We did surpass 20 minutes. Whatever, man. It is what it is. Come on, baby. Shooting guard with Deadeye. Come on, this has to be something good. 87 agility. From the Bucks. Gary Trent. No. Oh my god. AJ Green? Is that a guy? Dude. Am I the best to ever do it or what? My god. Wow. Okay, 95 plus. Okay, so the way I called AJ Green before, I'm going to try to call this one... wait, hold on. The way I called AJ Green after I saw everything, I'm going to try to call this one before. That's what I was trying to say. Let's go with Dr. J. Nope. We tried. We gave it a good effort. Power forward from the Celtics, probably going to be ass. Yes, Kevin McHale. Wait, does Kevin McHale go into his set? No, I don't think so. I think he's a wild gem, though. I think he's a wild gem. Take your time, buddy. No rush. No rush. He is a wild gem. He's a duo. Who do you have a duo with? I'm not going to run this duo. I'm not going to run this duo because Danny Ainge is a difficult GM to deal with, and I hate that the Knicks have tried and failed to trade for Walker Kessler with him. So no, we are not dealing with Kevin McHale and Danny Ainge. No. Okay, I think we're done. That's all we have. Yeah, we can finally leave. All right, cool. Well, I appreciate you guys. As always, let me know in the comments down below, once again, what are you guys doing with your collectibles? If you guys have done the Dark Matter exchange, let me know what you got out of that. Because I am interested in doing that. That's probably what I have to end up doing. I'm going to clean up my collectibles right now and see exactly what I have. We'll probably get another couple of agendas, if I had to guess, from 2K over the next couple of days. Probably at least 1 or 2 more for Galaxy Opal players, or sorry, Galaxy Opal collectibles, using the college players that we've evoed up to Galaxy Opal. But I don't think we're going to be getting anything else. So it may make sense to just lock in the Dark Matter player now, unless you want to wait like I'm going to. So, and lastly, speaking of agendas, very quickly here, for the refresh, you actually do have to play salary cap, which is hilarious, even though you don't have to play it online. If you want to do it online just for the hell of it, you guys definitely can, but I probably won't. So, yeah, that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, the couple of hours that we have left. And until next time, I'll see you later.